Somebody tell a joke.
I'm going to sit on the end over here. Actually, I'll sit here. Yeah.
You guys are so well behaved. Good morning. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Desert. Woo! All right. Go. We're on.
Maestro? Good morning, everybody. Here's a song for you called Shine Your Light. So shine your light this morning.
Everybody stand up.
When the road gets rough, shine your light. When the going gets tough, shine your light. Just have faith, it'll be alright. Shine your light. When you're feeling blue, shine your light. Spirit's guiding you. Shine your light. Just hold on, love will pull you through. So just shine your light. Shine your light. Shine your light. Everything's gonna be alright. Shine your light.
Say it again.
Shine your light. Shine your light. Everything's gonna be alright. Shine your light. When the world seems dark, shine your light. Love ignites a spark. Shine your light. Everything's gonna be alright. So just shine your light. Shine your light. Come on and just shine your light.
Thank you, our amazing CSL band. Welcome to all of you this morning. I'm excited about today. I don't have to talk. And and we're going to have Dale Olansky do our talk. So I know, we're very excited about that. And so in fact, I'm going to invite Dale up now. She's going to go ahead and do our opening prayer. And so Dale, do you want to tell them, are you excited about your talk today? You're
I'm
excited?
feeling the spirit
Okay.
come through, and as William would say, buckle up, Buttercup, because I'm gonna let it loose.
She's going to let it loose.
Letting it
so
loose.
Thank you, Dale. So we have all our candles lit representing all of our different faiths that we always do the first of the month. And Dale is lighting this light for each and every one of us for our oneness, for all of us.
And so I invite you just to close your eyes and just take a moment to breathe. Oh, I'm so very grateful to open up this sacred space for all of us to come together as one, to feel and connect with the infinite power and presence of spirit that we all are, to open our hearts for an expansive experience to take place within our beingness, to free us to know what we know so well, that we are the energy and the vibrancy of God. And so as I recognize that there is only one power, one presence, one source of life, that is the everlasting, loving nature of God, I recognize that I am one, as are all who are gathered here today, and all who inhabit the entire universe. And so I recognize that today is a day to look at things a little bit differently, to set aside any preconceived ideas of life and go bigger, go broader, go more expansive, to see beyond the world of appearances and see the everlasting nature of unlimited possibilities to live this life in the here and now. And so as this service unfolds, I am knowing the light is turning on for everybody. Something that is being said or sung opens the door for the heart to break free, for love to reign supreme, for life to be joyful, balanced, and beautiful. And so knowing that everything is unfolding so perfectly this morning for everybody, I'm so grateful to bless this service and everybody who is a part of it. And so knowing that we are ready to begin, I release my word as law, knowing it is absolutely done as we say together, and so it is.
Beautiful. Thank you, Dale. So this is the time of our service where we take some quiet time. We just let go of anything that is bothering us, leave it outside, and just open your hearts to this beautiful song and go within.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my praise over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. Joey too. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love. Here we go. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. And it returns to me. And it returns to
Thank you. All right. Oh, I hope Joey's doing fine. I know with all your love that you sent, I could feel your passion. I could feel your passion for that. So at this time, I'm going to invite someone up here. I'm going to invite Lori Savage, who is our guest today, who's going to speak about passion. And you didn't get a mic, did you? Okay.
Here we go.
Michael, here we go. Thank you. So, Lori is she went to school with William and Dale, and who else is here? Cheryl went here, and she's actually a minister at GTC, but she's here. And this month's talk is on passion. This is our theme. So tell me about what passion means to you, Lori. When you think of passion, what is that for you?
Passion's like excitement for me. Passion is excitement. It's that thing in me that kind of bubbles up. And I'm finding that I'm becoming more open about passion, right? So my new passion is poetry.
Oh.
And that's something, if you had asked me a couple months ago, are you a poet? Do you like writing poetry? I'd have said, no, not really.
Really?
But it just happened. It like knocked on my shoulder and it said, here I am, write this. And I wrote it, and it was so exciting to me, and I can't stop now. I get up, I started rhyming things. In my mind, I'm always rhyming things, and I'm always listening for rhymes, and I'll get up and write two poems before breakfast.
Wow.
And I don't know where that came from.
Does it rhyme with Cheerios? Or?
Well, actually, I don't eat breakfast until noon,
Oh, okay.
so
All right.
no. I'm seeing that I had an idea about myself, that I wasn't creative, that I have friends who are sitting out there who are so creative and so talented, and I never put myself in that category. I was the appreciator, the person who was in the audience clapping for all my talented friends. And suddenly I'm saying, wait a minute, of course I'm creative. How can I not be creative? I mean, I'm the creative energy of the universe. Can I be anything but creative? Now the question is, how do I want to use that creativity?
Absolutely.
That's the question.
Have you found that answer yet? Is it your poetry, do you
It's
think?
it's poetry, it's this teaching. I've been in class nonstop,
Oh.
2 years a practitioner, 2 years a ministerial, and a year in the doctorate program with Dr. James. 5 years in a row. I'm pretty passionate about this teaching. But in the end, it's not about class, it's about living it, and it's about being aware of everything that's, all the possibility that exists out there, and listening to the, what do you want to do?
That's right.
I'm here
That's
for
right.
you. What do
That's
you
right.
want? Just say yes.
Right. Life is passion, isn't
Life
it?
is passion.
Every moment that we wake up, there's an opportunity. Just to be alive every day should feel passionate, like, I'm here, and to look at these mountains and this valley.
Oh.
So do you want to, can we have our affirmation? Would
Sure.
you like to lead say it first for us,
I
Lori.
am the unleashed passion of the universe.
Oh, you are.
Everybody join in. I am the unleashed passion of the universe.
I love that.
And what'd that feel like?
Yeah. But I know you can say it even with more passion. I want you to give it your all right? Let's let them hear it in Beaumont.
There you
Danny,
go.
over the mountain, all right?
I am the unleashed passion of the universe.
Thank you, Reverend Lord. You can just take it with you. Thank you. All right, so we've got our next musical songs from our wonderful musical band, and we've got Alicia's back. I haven't seen her, and we've got, let's give it for Jerry Lynn, our wonderful leader, and for Scott over here that just fills in so many wonderful ways, and Gina and Alicia and our wonderful Michael. So take it away, guys.
Speaking of unleashed passion, where do you hear this girl sing?
Yes.
If you're just hearing her for the first time, you're going to love it. Are we ready?
You stumble through the days, got your head hung low, your sky's a shade of gray, like a zombie in a maze. You're asleep inside, but you can't shake awake, 'cause you're just a dead man walking, thinking out the only option, 'cause you can switch the truth and open up your darkest days. It's mind and where then redefine it. Leave behind your narrow mind, you'll never be the same. Come alive, come alive. Open up your light, let it burn so bright, reaching up to the sky. And it's open wide, you're electrified, 'cause the world becomes your fantasy and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're reading with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So come alive.
I see it in your eyes. You believe that lie. You need to hide your face, afraid to step outside. So you lock the door, but don't you stay that way.
No one living in the shadows. You and me, we know how that goes.
So once you see it, you'll never be the same.
We'll be the light that's turning. Burn up and keep on shining. Never mind, you'll never be the same. Come alive, come alive. Go and ride your light. Let it burn so bright, reaching up to the sky. And it's open wide, you're electrified.
When the world becomes a fantasy and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open.
So come alive. Come on, come on, come in, come on. To anyone who's bursting with a dream.
Come on, you hear the call.
To anyone who's searching for a way to break free. Break free, break free.
You know you could never be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't come back again to the world that you were living in, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open.
Yeah, yeah.
The world becomes a fantasy, the world that you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
'Cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So come alive.
Alicia Bates. Mike Hadley.
Alicia
Gina.
Bates, everybody.
Woo! It's so nice to have you back. All right. So, Dale. Come on up, Dale. I remember Dale. I was trying to remember the first class I had you. Was it spiritual economics?
No, it
What
was
it?
The Universe is Calling.
The universe is calling, and Dale was just sitting back there so quiet. So you've come a long way, baby.
That's it. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Dr. Laura. Oh, good morning, everybody. It is so good to see you all. So good to see you all. Woo! I just have to get my techno going here, and then we will be in business. So, wow. All right, here we go. So, wow. Oh, I just have to take it in just for a moment, please. Ah, love it. Okay, thank you for indulging. Thank you for indulging. Before I launch into my talk, there's something that I feel I need to clarify with all of you here, because there's been a lot of confusion about myself and William and Gail and Cheryl, who became licensed ministers of religious science a year ago. Unfortunately, 3 months ago, Centers for Spiritual Living, the organization that we're currently connected with, they came down with a rule that was voted into their bylaws that said that anybody who has not gone through the CSL ministerial program cannot be called a minister at a CSL center. So with heavy hearts, we all relinquished our ministerial titles, and now we're just Dale and just William and just Cheryl and just Gail, but we know we're more than that, of course. So we're just knowing that there is something very wonderful unfolding perfectly through divine right action and order, and that we will be ministers again at this center. So I'm just knowing that for all of us, Thank you. Oh, is this not working? Not working? I need to use this one. Okay. And I got all this going on. Okay. Anyways, in defense of CSL, they did offer us a way that we could become ministers of CSL and be reverends here. I thought about it, and I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for my cohorts. But, for me, it was very expensive to do that and time-consuming. And to be perfectly honest with you, we were trained by the best, Dr. James Mellion, right? And, yeah, and I know who I am. I am a minister of science of mind. I am going to just claim it. I am going to claim it right here and right now, and no, I am not a CSL minister, and it doesn't matter, does it?
No.
It doesn't matter, because I have such a burning passion for this teaching, and I've had a burning passion for it ever since I began coming to this center. And I know for myself, whether there's an REV in front of my name or not, it has no impact on this passion that I have for truth and for living the science of mind and just seeing the expansive nature of life when we know truth. So that's what I have to say. And it's just so good to be in that knowing, I will tell you. So as you know already, our theme for this month is passion. And my talk title is Passion in Action. Passion in action and what that means to us. And I want to start with a story about a time in my life where I felt passion and I smited it. And it happened when I was 20 years old. And you may find this hard to believe, but when I was 20, I was what they call a hot mess. Yeah, I was. I claim it. I know it. I was really, really confused about my life. I was confused about myself. I didn't know where I was going in life, and I was in therapy, and I loved it. It was the healing modality for me for a while in my life, because I had a lot going on that needed sorting out in my mind. And my therapist was putting on a workshop for her clients that was geared towards finding your thing to do in life, like a vocation, like a job, something. And so I decided to take her up on that because I wanted some direction. And so she was putting us in this meditative state and dropped us deeply in so that we could kind of go into our heart and figure out what it is that is meaningful to us to do in this world. And I was very surprised what came up for me, because what came up for me was spiritual healing. And at that point in my life, I was not in a spiritual community at all, and I wasn't studying spirituality. And I'm going to be really honest, I was really mad at God at that time in my life, because my grandma had gotten really sick and died, and I wasn't on speaking terms with God, so to speak. We were broken up. Anyways, but so when this came up for me, it was just this feeling in my heart that felt so right, even though I knew nothing what spiritual healing meant. But I knew I had hit something really, really golden inside of myself. And so I left that workshop just going, wow, I just touched something really important, and I want to kind of sit with it and see what I'm going to do with it. And as many of you know, I was brought up in a Jewish home, and my parents were, I love them. I've done all my forgiveness work around this, by the way, so don't think I still have work to do. I've done it. But they were really achievement-oriented, and they wanted my sister and I to go to college and get a good job and be able to make a lot of money and have a good life where we could do all kinds of great stuff. And I love that they held that for us. And so I was contemplating this conversation I was going to have with them about this newfound thing that was coming up for me. And the more I thought about it, I realized that conversation would not be good. That would not go well at all, right? They're sitting there going, okay, what college is she going to go to? Maybe she'll go into teaching or be a lawyer or something really great. And I say, hey, I want to quit college and I want to be a spiritual healer, Mom and Dad. That would not be good. And I didn't have the courage inside of myself or the knowing that that was my path. It was only something that was starting to come up for me. So I put that passion on the shelf and just carried on with my life. And I got a college degree and did some straight jobs and had some life under me. Flash forward 20 years, I wind up here in the desert after wanting to start my life fresh after just a life that was complete elsewhere. And so I decided to take a Science of Mind class. After coming to the church for a few years, I realized it's time for me to learn more about this philosophy. And so I was sitting in the back of my first Science of Mind class and really taking it in. I was really excited. It was like all this new stuff that was resonating with me. And then the teacher started talking about practitioners. And I was having quite the mystical moment at that time, and I was so grateful I was in the back of the class, because I don't know if I was having a conversation with myself or not. And so that still small voice that we talk about was not so still at that moment for me, and it just came up and said, "You're going to be a practitioner." And I thought, I don't even really get what they do. I mean, I'm hearing what he's saying, but I've never seen a practitioner, don't know what they do. But that still small voice said, "You're just going forward and just do it. Figure out how to do this. This is yours to do." And I always pay attention to that still small voice because it's never steered me wrong. So I just blindly said yes and started doing the work. But what was interesting, when I was driving home from that experience, I realized this is what had happened, started to happen 20 years ago when I was in that workshop. That's what spiritual healing was saying to me, and this was the way it was going to go. So that was really exciting for me. And I stand here talking about this story to you because I think a lot of people have a passion that starts to rise up, and we put it down. We say we can't, or we have people in our world that say that's stupid, or you're never going to be able to do that. And where we are in our world right now, I think it's so important for us to pay attention to those passions. Pay attention to them, because we're in a world right now where old structures and paradigms are no longer supporting our evolution. And so it's so important for us to listen and listen carefully and feel what our hearts are telling us, and let that be stoked to come up for you, because when we all listen to that and bring it into our world, we're going to rise up together and we're going to create a better humanity for everybody. Right?
Yeah.
And right? And what if, I think about the the inventors of our world, the Wright brothers and Edison. Look what they were doing. They had an idea that was laughed at, and they went with their passion, and they created something that hadn't been created, and look where we are today. So I think we should all, see the value that you have. See that you are connected with a source of life that has unlimited ideas, and it's for us to draw into if we're being called to it and bring it forward. And you'll always get support for it here at this center. That I will tell you. So I just want to give you a quote by Wayne Dyer. He defines passion as this. He says, "Passion is a feeling that tells you this is the right thing to do. Nothing can stand in the way. It doesn't matter what anyone says. This feeling is so good that it cannot be ignored. I'm going to follow my bliss and act upon this glorious sensation of joy." That's what it's all about. And doesn't that feel good? Doesn't it feel good? Why do we deny ourselves feeling good? I don't know. We got to stop it. We got to stop it. And when I think of good, I think of this idea of God, because for those of us that may be more old school and study Emma Curtis Hopkins, who's one of my favorite New Thought people, good is God. And that is ours to live into. And I think that passion is all about our source energy, what Reverend Lori was talking about. It's that source, that life. You can call it God, you can call it spirit, you can call it the great quantum field, whatever works for you. We are all that energy, that creative energy, that life source. And nobody is outside of that. We are all it. And how important it is to realize that that's how your passion communicates to you, or for the infinite universal mind communicates to you, is through your heart and through your passion. And so it's time to ignite that and let it be our life and our life flow. That's what it's about, and listening to that. And I think it's so important. And the thing about passion too, it doesn't have to be a fully formed thing. It starts as a feeling. And so right now I want to walk into this whole idea, since we're talking about passion and its expression, this whole idea about purpose. And I might upset some of you with what I'm about to say about purpose. And I'm going to tell you from personal experience with purpose, because I was one of those people for decades. I'm going to tell you decades. I was so fixated on finding my purpose. I read books, I took classes, I had so much stress around, I have to find my purpose. And I get it. There are those of you out there that might be in that space. And I honor you because it's good, because you're wanting to hook into your passion. But what I see, I think we got it flipped around. I think first we need to find our passion. Our passion, and I mean passion as an energy, passion as a feeling state, passion as an unobstructed energy of that one heart of spirit that we all are, giving it reign to come free and be expressed. We start with the energy of it. And you know, we're teaching that in quantum physics. When you are in an energetic frequency, a vibration, that is being put out in the world, and that will be manifested in so many different forms, in relationships, in careers, and all sorts of things that will resonate with that passion energy. And so it's so important to start with the energy of passion. Now, I'd like to ask, how many people saw the movie Soul? It's a yeah, okay, not everybody, okay. Well, I encourage you to see it. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this movie, Soul, because it brings forth, through this wonderful little Pixar Disney movie, this idea about it all being about passion and not purpose. So this story is so cute. It takes place, I'm not sure where, but we've got the main character is Joe Gardner. And Joe Gardner is a pianist, a jazz pianist, and he hasn't really found success as a jazz pianist. He's teaching school, but he really wants to be in a successful, popular jazz band. And so he finally gets his big break. He gets connected with this woman who's an amazing jazz vocalist, and he gets to be part of that ensemble. The unfortunate thing is, before he has a chance to do that, he has a near-death experience. And so he ends up falling into this afterworld. He's on the great conveyor belt that's going to the great beyond, and he's running in the other direction because he does not want to miss out his big break, you know. So he's trying to go in the other direction, and he ends up winding in this whole other afterworld place. And this place is populated with little souls that are getting ready to incarnate on planet Earth. And so he strikes a deal with one of these creatures. I don't even know how to describe them. They're just these odd, look like people, and they got lines and stuff. And they strike a deal with him, and they say, well, we'll let you stay here, but you have to be a mentor to this little creature, this little soul that is missing one of the parts that he needs to be able to incarnate on Earth. And that part is his spark, passion. Get it? That's where I'm going here. Okay, so he's missing this piece. And they say, Joe, we've tried everything. If you can get that spark, if you can find that spark of life, then, I don't remember, I think then he might have to go in the great beyond, but I forgot what he got as a reward. But anyway, so Joe takes it on. And so he's this little thing, by the way, they're trying to get his spark inside of him. So by teaching him about things he can do and be, like he could be an orator or be an artist. And all these things weren't working for her name is 22, by the way, great number. So 22 is totally not motivated by any of these things that are being taught to her. So Joe tries what he knows as being his most passionate thing, which is the jazz piano. And that wasn't working for 22 either. And so what ends up happening, Joe really wants to get back to Earth. And so he and 22 set out on this journey, and they find this person who is able to bring people back onto Earth. And so the portal opens, and they see Joe in a hospital bed with a therapy cat on the bed with him. And so something happened, and they both go down into the hospital room. However, Joe incarnates in the cat, and 22 incarnates in Joe. And you have a whole adventure, a fun adventure in Disneyland consciousness of their being on planet Earth with Joe as the cat and 22 as Joe. But what ends up happening is super cool, and I'm just going to cut to the chase. What ends up happening is that 22 realizes what Earth is all about. It wasn't about being something, a painter or being an artist or being a writer. It's about life. It's about the zest and the joy of life. It's about the cry of a baby. It's about a leaf that falls from a tree into your hand. It's about rainbows. It's about sunsets. It's about love. It's about just being alive. And that's the spark that 22 needed. I'm not going to tell you the rest of the story because I just wanted you to have that chunk. But there was a really great line in the movie, and it was this one of those beings that kind of controls everything said this to Joe, because Joe also thought that passion was about, and spark and passion were about what you do. And so Joe said, well, my spark is a jazz pianist. That's what my spark is. And this being said, no, a spark is not a soul's purpose. Your soul's purpose is your meanings of life. It is very basic. And I emphasize it is very basic because I think we get so complicated with what we think our life is supposed to be. And we use our head. We go to our head to try and figure everything out. Not that the head is not useful. I don't want to say it's not useful. But the heart is what needs to lead. The passion needs to lead. When the passion leads, then the universe is going to act upon that feeling state and bring the most glorious expressions of your passion into your life experience. So my point is that it's not about what we do, it's about being. Ernest Holmes has this fabulous quote from his book, This Thing Called You, which is a marvelous book. It just really drops you into your soul. And it drops you into just really understanding who you are through his beautiful poetry and his prose and just the way he writes. He really gets into kind of reminding us of who we are at that soul level. He says this: the desire you have to be something, to do something, is a mental echo in your mind of the spirit which already exists within you. It is an impact of your divine and spiritual self upon your mental or psychological self. It is the spirit in you seeking an avenue of expression through you. It is the real self you would like to be, the deep spiritual self, having all knowledge, having access to all power, being one with life. So it really is not about these things in life that we say, that's my passion, that's my passion, that's my passion. Those are just showing up for you because of what's in here. That's what that is. That's what it's all about. It's our passionate energy. And I know a lot of people that I know this last year, and gosh, maybe more than a year, I know a lot of people have lost a lot of loved ones in their lives, whether it was to COVID or something else. I know a lot of people have lost careers that were really meaningful over the last year. And there's just been a really lot of loss. And I think with loss, our passion sometimes goes dormant because we see in this world out here that there's nowhere for your passion to go, and everything that meant something that opened your heart up is gone. And I know how hard that is. I'm with you. I get it. Been there, done that. And it's important to honor that. It's very important to honor that. It's important to grieve that. But you know what? It's also really important to reignite your heart and reignite your passion. Because as long as you are here on this plane of existence, you are in life. You are in life. And you have been given a gift to continue in this life, even though, and I know, even though it can get up to be a bummer sometimes. I get it. I get it. But we have a heart that's beating. We have a soul that is thriving. We're here to be in this thing at this time, to be who we are, to be that unobstructed energy of spirit that is life, that is love, that is joy, that is the allness of the universe. We are here to let it out, to be unleashed, to be free, and to tell the mind to be quiet when it gets in the way of that. That is really what we're here to do. And so what I'm here to teach you about that place that we can get into where the passion is either dormant or just really quiet, we have to just recognize that we are that passion. For those, and I have to just say this, shout out, our practitioners, our intern practitioners are on to their step 3 of their testing. They have done fabulous. I just had to say this at this time, sorry. Speaking of passion, they're going to be great. They are great. I'll just say it that way. Anyway, so we teach, they've learned all about the type of prayer that we do here in Science of Mind, which is the 5-step prayer. And step 1, and I love this, step 1 is recognition.
And I always think we just overlook recognition and how important it is. You know, okay, there's recognition, this. Recognition sets the whole universe open for us to create through us. If we didn't recognize, we couldn't do the rest of that prayer because we're not opening up to what is true. We recognize that there is one power, one presence, one source of life that is everywhere present, one creative energy, one force, everywhere it is all of us. All are God. And so my point here is about passion and recognition is when we aren't recognizing our passion because the outside world doesn't show it to us, that's when we say, even though I don't see it, even though this stuff has fallen out of my life, the forms of passion are not there, even though that's temporarily showing up, I know that passion is alive and well inside of me. Even though I cannot feel it, it is there. It is there. When we recognize it, we're giving life to it. We're saying, come on, show up. Just by recognizing. That is the action of passion, recognizing it exists. God is calling somebody. Remember? Perfect timing. You know, when I was getting this with this whole Disney theme I was doing with Soul. I was thinking about that Peter Pan, the story of Peter Pan. How when Tinkerbell is like dead, and they clap and they clap and clap, and then she comes to life. And I was thinking that's what we need to do with our passion. Should it hide from us? Is to clap and see it and raise it up, right? Think of that. There's your mental picture for you. If you're feeling where's my passion? Think of Tinkerbell. Come on, little passion. Come on. I know you're there. And she will rise up again. It is for ours to do. And I know a lot of people get all caught up with, well, how do I put my passion in action? And I'm not here to tell you the details of that. I am saying recognize it. Just recognize it, and it will rise up, and the universe will take care of the rest. And that's so very important about recognition. And we can do it through gratitude. I know I speak of gratitude all the time. Just being grateful that you woke up. Be grateful that you live in a place where there's not war. Be grateful that you got a house that you're living in, whatever. Gratitude stokes the heart too. Anything that stokes our heart is good. It's really, really good. And even in the midst of pain and sorrow, there's something you do to stoke this fire. Because once you stoke it, that fire is just going to grow and grow and grow, and you're going to see your life change. And so my question to you is, how can you just be in that energy of passion without any form, without any role that you think you need to play, without having a mental construct around it? How can you find that energy of passion inside of you? Do you need to go for a walk in nature? Do you need to take a nice vacation somewhere? Something that feeds the soul, because you know what? This is about feeding the soul. It is. We don't feed our souls enough, do we? We don't. And so this is what it's all about, and it doesn't take a lot. It really doesn't take a lot. It just takes recognizing that you are a powerful being with a soul that is pure energy. Like Reverend Laurie said, this is an infinite universe with infinite possibilities. Principle is unbound by precedent. Just because something happened before does not mean it has to repeat itself unless you think it does. If you don't, it won't. We've got to really take control of our thinking and put it in its proper place. The balance between the mind and the heart is something to pay attention to, because the mind, like I started out, the mind can talk us out of the passion of the heart. And we want to stop doing that, because the heart is really smart. It is really smart, I'm telling you. And if you can develop a better communication system with your heart, if you can trust yourself, your still small voice, trust it, listen to it, it is going to guide you beautifully through your life, absolutely beautifully. But you've got to recognize its wisdom and recognize the passion that you have always. It never goes away, never goes away. So we need to come alive. We need to come alive. Do you like the song? I chose that song, by the way, Come Alive. I was asked, I know. Dr. James, Dr. James says, you're going to choose the song for you. I want you to figure it out. And it kind of just came to me. And it's so funny because I was telling somebody, I don't know if it was Jerry Lynn or somebody was talking to me about my music selection. And they said, they go, usually our songs before the talk are a little quieter than that. And I thought, well, I'm not quiet, and we're not doing quiet for that. I mean, sometimes I'm quiet, but I really wanted the energy to be up, and I wanted you to hear what was being said about coming alive. That part of you that we might say, not now, or that we might think that's not good enough, or that's a freaky thing, or that nobody else is doing that, I can't. We gotta let that come alive. We've got to be that soul that we are. It's so important. And I love this one part of the song is, come alive, go and ride your light. Let it burn so bright, reaching up to the sky, and it's open wide. And I think that stanza just encapsulates everything that I'm trying to tell you today, which is to allow yourself to come alive, to ignite the fire of your soul and your passion, to come forth, to shine brightly, to vibrate at such a high frequency that your good and your passion is going to show up so big in your life just by activating the knowing. That is passion in action. It starts with you. It starts right here. And we all have the ability to ignite that fire. It's for us to do. And so as we leave today, I just want you to think about your own life and your own heart and whatever you need to give your heart to strengthen it, to be more powerful. We teach you a whole lot here on how to do it. We've got practitioners, intern practitioners, soon to be licensed practitioners. We have so many people here that will teach you and remind you about your beautiful heart. They will tell you how important it is to connect with it, to unleash it, and to be everything that is on your heart to live into this lifetime. And so with that, I'm going to say, have a great afternoon. Thank you for listening to me. Follow your heart, follow your passion, unleash it, and just let that universe show you where you're going. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you. All right, CSL, I know you watch our talks and what we say. You missed out on that. You missed out on letting that amazing woman be a minister at this center. That's why we want to leave CSL. That's what, anyway, don't get me, my passion is coming up. That was beautiful, Dale. Just beautiful. So relatable. Anyway, all right. So at this time, I'm going to come forward. We're going to do our offertory. This, this is your opportunity. Dale just gave her heart and soul. And this is your opportunity to give back to where you are spiritually fed. It's about appreciation, knowing that what I put out in the universe comes back pressed down and overflowing. So I want us to say our offertory prayer together, please. From that passion, from your heart, let's say this together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
Living on one planet, joining in one family.
joining in one family. We are all one. We are all one. We are all one.
Thank you. That was so beautiful. All right. So, are you guys done?
I guess we are.
Because we're going to do the announcements. Thank you. We're still getting used to our new format, as you can tell. So, could I have our announcements up, William? So I have my ongoing book study that's on Mondays at 4:30. Go to the website. We are studying Catherine Ponder's The Dynamic Spiritual Laws of Healing. That's so very powerful. Yeah, thank you. So I want to talk a little bit about this membership meeting that we're doing June 20th. And I kind of touched on it. So on June 20th, Centers for Spiritual Living will be here at the center. Dr. Joe will be here for the talk, and after the talk, this will be for members, and CSL will be here because we want to go independent. We no longer want to be part of CSL, and we're going to lay out our case, which we kind of had, and that was the triggering point. Is when we had these amazing ministers that were trained. They've been in science of mind forever, and they're practitioners, and they had a fabulous teacher, and it was a great education. But they didn't spend $30,000, $40,000 that CSL's education does. In fact, when I got my doctorate, I told them that I was honored, but I said, you are making it so difficult for people, great people with a great consciousness, to become ministers. And at that time, our group from our center were just beginning this education. You got a taste. We have so many amazing people. And so when we talk to, yes? Yes. And so we're on this phone call, and they said to me, they go, oh, but Dr. Laura, you're such a gem of CSL. Because I was the recording secretary for so many years. And yes, I have a passion for this teaching. And they said, and you no longer will be a doctor or a reverend. If you give this up, do you really want this? And I said, that does not change who I am. Doctor or REV, just as Dale not having the REV, which she deserves, does not change the fact that she's a minister, that Lori, that Cheryl, that William. So we're gonna present our case. You don't want to miss this service. Okay, because Dr. Joe's going to be back, and CSL, like I said, they will be here, and they have their viewpoint, and we honor that. We honor everybody's viewpoint. You have to understand, this center is a jewel in the crown of Centers for Spiritual Living. Starting with Dr. Tom, and we honor that, and Dr. Joe taking over after that. But yes, and so we honor that. But that's not going to stop us. And we didn't become that just because of CSL. It is the consciousness of each one of you here that has taken classes, that has stepped forward and opened your heart and your mind, and we will continue with that leadership. So please be here. And then I know some of you have plans July 4th, but if you can be here as members, these will be members only. These will be people that identifiably contribute to the center, have been members for a while. Because we don't want any plants. We don't want CSL, oh, I want to be a member. No. These are people that have been in these seats, that have supported this center, will be the voting body that on July 4th, we will declare our independence. So don't miss that. All right? I said my spiel. I can breathe now. All right. So Laura's standing up here to tell you this, all these things. Anyway, there's so much information on our website. If you want to see past talks or you want to know, we have the announcements I made that we have things on Tuesday. We have things every day of the week. Go on the website for those of you who aren't here or those of you that are here. There are always links to these different groups that are meeting. So take advantage of all the wonderful things we have here at our center. And I think that's it for the week. So I just want to bless you all, and I'm going to do a closing prayer. And just thank you. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the support and just of who you are and who we are. We are more than just an island. We are a beacon of that divine light. So this is what I know. I know that life is perfect because it is God. It is the oneness, the allness of life expressing itself in magnificent and wonderful ways. It is that passion that is within us that is saying, wake up. This is yours to do. I know and declare there are no accidents in the universe. I know that Spirit sometimes gives us a nudge in the right direction. And so we listen to that nudge. We follow that. We follow our heart. We drop from that brain that's saying all the reasons why I can't into the heart that says, oh, yes, you can. Yes, you are. And so knowing that this is the truth, I just let go and with gratitude for all that we have, for all that we are, knowing that all is divinely guided, all is unfolding perfectly. And together we say, and so it is. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Thank you. Oh, let's sing before we go.
Here we go, this little light.
Light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, 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 shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, 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 shine. When I meet my brother in peace, I'm gonna let it shine. When I meet my sister in peace, I'm gonna let it shine. When I meet the world in peace, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, 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 shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, 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 shine. Shine, shine. Shine, shine. That's it. I'm gonna let it shine all around the world. I'm gonna let it shine all around the world. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, 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 shine.